Hey everybody, so today we're going to do another unboxing. This is one that I alluded to in the last couple of videos I did. What I have in this box, hopefully, is an Israeli K98 Mauser. These are sort of rare. And additionally, I also have a CZ-28. That's a little semi-automatic pistol chambered in 32 ACP. I got both of these through Hunter's Lodge. Box just arrived this morning. They don't have these advertised on their website or in their ads. I just called up James. I was talking to him and said, "Hey, what's some of the new stuff you guys are getting in?" And he told me about these. So I'll tell you a little bit about these. I will say that the box had a little bit of a torn spot in it, and the barrel was kind of sticking out when it showed up. I would assume just because it wasn't packaged real well. So, without further ado, I'm going to open this up. I forget what I paid for them. I want to say I paid like $2.50 a piece or something like that. I'm not really sure. I'd have to go back and look. I mean, it's been quite some time since I ordered these. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and open it up. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about it, and I'm also going to reference you off to some other videos by Mishaco and some others that kind of gives you more of a history behind these weapons. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Now granted, there's a very, very good possibility that these could be missing parts, and they will likely be in rough shape. That's never deterred me before, as you guys have seen many of my other guns that I've gotten. It does not scare me. It's just part of the nature of what I tend to collect sometimes. Part of what I like is having the time to do some refurb on these and putting these guns together. So first thing we're going to pull out here, looks like this is probably my CZ-27. Let's set that aside. That's likely the bolt. We'll set that aside. Honestly, it's not packaged terribly when you look at it. But like I said, I fully expect this to be pretty rough. We're going to pop her. Let me set this aside. Alright. Okay. So, while I'm opening this up, I'll tell you a little bit about these Israeli K98s. So when Israel was fighting for its independence, they were fighting, there's a group of Haganah, I believe that's how you pronounce them. They were fighting for Israeli independence. You guys can go back and look at the history surrounding this, but suffice it to say, the time in which they were doing it, they needed guns. So one of the things that they did was they contracted with the Brno factory in the Czech Republic. Their initial shipment of these rifles was around 4,500 K98s, and those would have been the ones that likely had the Nazi proof marks. And they were basically, this was like in 1947, so a lot of these were made from leftover parts, or they were made from basically rifles that were left. And when the Israelis got these, what they did is they converted them to the 7.62 Nato caliber. Now, get this invoice out of the way. So, it's one of the few Mausers chambered in 7.62 Nato. You don't see those very often. But, they have some pretty neat distinguishing factors. One being this, I'll just go ahead and show you guys, this winter trigger guard. And it also had the older style takedown hole in the buttstock to disassemble your bolt with, rather than the takedown disc that you normally see. This one in particular, okay, so you can see mod, you guys can see it, mod 98. Looks like it's got the Star of David here. I'll do some close-ups of this because I know you guys can't see this very well. But one of the distinguishing things you can see on the receiver, this must be one of the early ones. This was made in 1945, and you can also see the 7.62 that's been stamped in the receiver. That's really cool, actually. So that means this is one of those originals, possibly out of that first batch. So I'm super excited about this. One of the other distinguishing factors you'll see, I'll do another close-up of this, is you'll see 7.62 kind of stamped into the stock here, and that's so that they could easily distinguish these when they were on a shelf or on a rack and know that these were indeed not 8mm Mausers. So let's kind of do a close-up here. On the surface, I mean, it looks in decent shape. You know, you guys know me, I'll take this apart. There's probably going to be some rust below the wood line. I'm not scared of that. Now, it actually looks like it's in really good shape. I'm shocked that it's in this good shape. So it looks like these were actually imported by CAI. I don't know how long ago. One of the other weird things about these that the Israelis did is on the sight cover, sight hood, I'll get the right word out in a minute, is they riveted a pin in there to help keep these from coming off in the field. It looks like this one kind of came off anyway, probably in shipping because this side was kind of busted out of the box. But on the surface, you know, like I said, I'll do some close-ups of this. There is like a small Star of David stamp in there. I'm trying to look at trying to show you guys, but I'm also trying to look at it. There's actually, on this barrel, there's actually some Hebrew script there, which is pretty cool. And the barrel is actually marked 7.62 right there. I'll do a close-up of that. But on the surface, it looks pretty nice. Just kind of try to show you guys. I know I've been jabbering a lot, but I'm actually quite impressed with how this looks. You notice that this is all one piece on the trigger guard and mag housing. There's no keeper screws here, or no lock screws, however you call them. That's pretty cool. If I'm not mistaken, guys, this symbol right here is a sheen. You guys can look that up and figure it out what that means. I'll put it in the description. I've actually been to Israel, so I've seen some of these markings, but you know, it looks, sorry, I showed you the wrong side. It looks really good. Needs a good cleanup, probably some rust below the wood line. You know, just something I've come to expect. You know, butt plate looks good. It's the, you know, the cup style. I didn't say that before. Let's take a look at, this is the bolt. So you can see they package the bolt separately. I'm presently trying to figure out how to get into this. There's a great possibility the bolt will not match. That doesn't scare me. I can get headspace gauges and check it. Turn down bolt, which the bolt looks good. Just need some good cleaning. I do need to check that with a 308 round to make sure that's the the right bolt. But anyway, there's the bolt. So that is my Israeli K98 chambered in 308. I need to take a look at the bore real quick. I'll put a picture off camera, or I'm looking at it off camera. I'll get you guys a picture and insert it in the video here so you can see it. Bore looks really good. Good strong rifling. Might be a little bit dark. I won't know until I clean it up good. But just to give you an idea for comparison's sake, here is my Israeli K98. And here's my German K98. Now when you look at them, I mean, they're practically identical. I mean, that's what they did. They took the German K98s and made Israeli K98s. Give one another pop. And that's how they ended up with these. You know, this one, the funny thing is, this one looks better than the one that came out of Ethiopia. But like I said, you know, one thing you're going to notice right off the bat is when you look at those trigger guards, they're definitely different. But anyway, there is my Israeli K98. You know, sum total, I think when they actually went full-scale production and they were acquiring these from Brno, they got like 34,000 of them. But, and I'll have to do some more research on this, and I'll put this in the comments or maybe in the description later. This looks like one of the original out of the 4500 batch, which if it is indeed that, it's exceptionally rare, which is really cool. I've wanted one of these for a long time. I like having the odd Mausers and odd calibers versus your standard traditional 8mm Mauser, 7mm Mauser. So super excited about this, and so far pretty pleased. Thank you, James at Hunter's Lodge. Alright, so let's get into this one. Now this is going to be my CZ-27. Now, these were manufactured from 1927 to 1951. They made about 650,000. Of that 650,000, approximately 460,000 were produced when Czechoslovakia was under Nazi occupation. So I'll know immediately when I open this, when I look at it, whether or not this is one of the ones that was made when it was under Nazi occupation, because it'll have few little things to look at. Now, James did tell me that this is likely going to be missing a magazine. It's likely going to be missing grips. You can find mags, you can find grips. They're not cheap, but you can find them. So this is going to be another little project. So without further ado, let's check this thing out and see what we got. Okay, so it's got some very strange looking grips there. Not really sure where those came from. Okay, so right off the bat, yes, this is a CZ-27. However, this is not one of the Nazi ones, or produced under Nazi occupation. On the top of the slide here, you would have seen that if this was one of those. So I guess this is possibly, I guess you could say this one realistically is a little more rare, just simply because of that 650,000, 460 of those are Nazi made, and you know that would leave you somewhere to the tune of 200,000 that were just simply Czechoslovakia made. So you would have seen proof marks. You would have actually seen Nazi proof marks on the barrel. You would have seen them on the receiver, and you would have seen the manufacturer on the top of the slide here. This one is definitely missing some parts. These grips, I have no idea what these grips are, but I will get actual CZ grips. It looks like it's missing the button here for the safety, because it's not engaging. When you flip this lever down, there's actually a safety button here that you push to release it. But finish wise, it's actually quite nice. It's very nice. Let's see, we got 533, 650, 650, 650. So slide, frame, and barrel all match. That's a plus. Let's see if I can. Okay, I probably won't be able to get that to lock. Actually, I don't think it will lock, but barrel looks good. I mean, this thing is in, the bluing is in great shape. It's just got a lot of gunk on it. But it's pretty cool. I was hoping for a Nazi one. This one is not, but given the shape of the pistol, it's pretty nice. So there you have it. There is my CZ-27. I will be getting new grips for it. I'll be getting the missing parts that I need for that safety. As a matter of fact, yeah, here we go. There's the grip. So it's missing grip screws too. It just slides right off. But I'll figure out, you know, the other parts that I'm going to need for this. That'll be a fun project, actually. You know, for 200, 250 bucks. Why not? It'll be fun. Decent amount of cosmoline in there. I bet I can't see the bore off camera. Looks like it's got pretty good rifling. I'll insert a picture once I get this thing taken apart. I have no idea how to take it apart. I've never messed with one of these. But anyway, there you have it. There's my CZ-27 and my Israeli K98, which is super cool. I'm really happy about this. CZ-27 is pretty cool. I was hoping for a Nazi one, but you know, win some, lose some. Pretty much taking a chance on it anyway. But you know, I got no complaints on this. I mean, this thing looks like it's in great shape. It's just missing some parts. You know, a bunch of Kate cosmoline everywhere, but it looks good. The bluing is actually really good. Just a few little nicks and dings. This is, by the way, all steel construction. So anyway, there you have it. If you guys like this video, hit the like and subscribe button. Helps to grow the channel. I know there's a lot of you guys that don't subscribe, but if you subscribe, obviously it's a free thing. You guys get updates every time I put a new video out. So make sure you hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe. Like I said, it helps grow the channel. I will say this, when I reach the 100,000 subscriber, or the 100,000, that's pretty wishful thinking. When I reach the 1,000 subscriber point, I'm likely going to do a giveaway. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get that figured out, but one of the things that I've been considering doing a giveaway on is it's nothing real special, but it's kind of neat. It's probably one of the cheaper Yukon night vision scopes. You can't get those anymore. It's like a Gen 1. You know, is it spectacular? Is it top of the line? No. But is it a night vision scope that'll work out to, I don't know, 50 yards? Of course. So probably going to be giving that away. I'm still deciding on that. But anyway, like I said, if you guys like stuff like this, hit the like and subscribe button. I would imagine Hunter's Lodge still has some of these. They might have some of these. I know at the time I talked to James, they had only gotten in like 30 or 40 of these. Reason I can't let the hammer down is this thing has a magazine safety disconnect. But anyway, that being said, I know it's a pain sometimes to get in touch with them via the phone, but if you ever can, you know, you could probably talk to them, maybe place an order on one of these, or one of these if they still have any. Like I said, I'm super stoked about this Israeli K98. That's what I was really after. This was just kind of a cool, neat thing to have along with it, because I have a bunch of CZs, you know, 52, a 50, a 70, you know, all that fun stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching. You guys have a great day.